Hey y'all, welcome to Safe Space with the therapist Baddie. We got BreTheExperience with us today.
Hey guys.
So Bree, we're just gonna go straight into it.
Hit it.
For those who only know you from social media, who is Bree when she's off camera?
I'm a tyrant. No, no, I'm really like chill. Y'all know I'm very transparent. So after years of like narcissistic and domestic violence, I stay in my house because I can control the environment. So people will be like, Bree, we invited you places, but you never come. Because I'm one of those, you'll see me online, not in person. Kind of, you're lucky I made it today. Like, no, it's not. I like you. I love her, so let me go. But yeah, I'm just I'm really in a place now where I'm healing, in a safe space, and I just like being in the house with my kids. I just chill. I just like being with my kids, and sometimes I like for them to be gone too. I'm just chill. Just want good vibes.
No, so your content is top fucking tier, right?
Oh, black doctor fucking blew my mind. So I had the white doctor fix it, and I didn't have the white doctor fix it. I'm fine now. But I was fine. Now I gotta go back. Like, it don't make no fucking sense.
So tell me what inspired you to start creating content?
So content was something, it's funny because my gay friend Eddie called me. He said,
Shout out to
he's one
Eddie.
of my best friends. Shout out to you, Eddie. And make sure y'all check him out. He's a lash technician out of Morris County. Check him out, okay? Lash by Eddie, whatever. But he said, Bree, you have always been a content creator in your own right. He said, you've been recording everything since we were, 12 years ago. And I have, but the issue was, so content came about for me just naturally as someone who's always been very open and out front. Like I just never had a boundary. I overshare too much, which is sometimes good and sometimes bad. But for me, I've already crossed the threshold where I'm already gone. Okay, look, so there ain't no coming back. But so I've been doing this a long time, but I didn't really start popping until I became my authentic self. I had been pushing my content, honestly. I'm not gonna lie to you, babe. I've been pushing my content for maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. I wasn't really growing. And then when I started getting on that camera, not caring about if my bed was made, not caring about if I had my little pixie cut standing up like roach antenna, that is when, you feel me, it was a Dixie, not a Pixie. But yeah, so that's when it really started, life really started to take a turn for me, when I started to really live in my authentic self. And the internet and, the micro community that I created, with almost 250,000 followers, they just took to that. They related with my rebellious spirit and me just being authentic. And so that's how content creation came about for me. Like I said, it's something that I've been doing for a long time, but I just wasn't getting any traction because I was so worried about aesthetics. You understand? And
most of us are.
Yeah.
Most of us are. And you know what? And I'm going to tell you, right? It's systemic, right? We want to live what we believe. But it's hard when you have been conditioned to the dialogue, right? And sometimes the external dialogue can become your internal dialogue without your permission. Sometimes it's hard for people, and I know this just from practice, right? It's hard for people to even be able to identify their authentic selves, right? Split, crisis, pivot, right? Life experience.
Absolutely.
So no, and real, shout out to you, Bree, right? Because you always, we watch you walk through your life, right? I feel like I know your kids. I know your raggedy baby father.
Yeah, everybody raggedy. Right, the second. I got 2. I'm gonna try to run home.
Right.
Okay.
So, tell me what life experience taught you the most about people.
I think the one me being locked up for 4 years as a juvenile, I think that was what taught me the most about people and just how to really survive but not just survive, live, because I had spent so many years just surviving. And so I think I tell people very much that whole maximum security lockup placement thing for me as a minor, aging out of the system. I tell people all the time, had I not gone through that experience, I would be in prison. Because I would have knocked the bitch's head off her shoulders. Like I didn't really have it. You know what I mean? Like, You said what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't belligerently ghetto or anything, but I was just like, wait, they bullied you in the hallway and you got autism? Oh, no problem. I'm getting ready to choke slam him.
Go straight.
Yeah, straight. You know what I'm saying? And that you can't be like that. I reacted.
And so that's the thing, right? Amygdala response, right? But we call it, like layman's terms is just flight or fight, right? But actually it's fight, flight, or freeze. And you mentioned interpartner violence, and that's another segment because we could talk about that shit for like hours, right? So you know the therapist Baddie be hard on the relationships, right? What's the biggest problem with dating right now? You out here dating? You serial
Girl, it's complicated. But it ain't really complicated. It's embarrassing, but it's my story and I live in my truth. So it's kind of like,
okay,
so I'm just like, whatever. So, you know, I'm seeing somebody familiar. But other than that, you know, y'all, I got something special coming for y'all soon. So I can't really, I'm not gonna spill the tea on the camera, but yeah, I'm seeing somebody. But the dating pool is very much pissed. I think that the issue now is with the guy that I'm seeing is I had already reached like a tolerance where I just kind of like, fuck you. So now I'm just kind of like, I don't have the same love anymore, but I love him. It is what it is.
You know, I hear people talk about that a lot. Like, I love them, but I'm not in love. What's the difference?
I feel like when you're in love with somebody, I feel like that comes with blissful blinders. And I feel like when you love somebody, it comes with logic. I feel like in love with somebody, you can go to extreme bounds. Like I could probably lift a car off somebody, you know, I'm in love with, but I love you. I may not be able to do that with the same, you know, girth or strength. Yeah, so I don't know. I just feel like for me, it's just, I don't know. I don't really know how to describe it.
You did a good job. Okay, period. So what is one dating trend that you would love to see disappear? I'm going to give you give me yours. I'm going to definitely give you mine.
You give me yours first.
Listen, dating, okay, does not mean dick at the end, right? Dating does not mean, because in my mind, if we get to the business, you mine.
That's how I feel too.
Okay, so I'm not alone in that.
Yeah, and they'll try to call you delusional, and so that will send me, because one thing I'm not is delusional, and when I play delusional, I claim delusional. Okay, so I'll be like, oh yeah, living in delusion right now. I'm dreaming on a drift, you know. I think I think right now the hardest thing for me is motherfuckers be liars.
See,
for no reason. Like,
tell the truth.
I don't have a heaven or hell to put you in. Nothing changes if you tell me the truth. And I run on principle that way very much. I'm like, nah, tell me the truth, because I could get with the truth. I can't get with a lie. That's it. I hate a lie. I hate a lying asshole.
You know what, Brie? I don't think anybody wants to be committed in.
They don't, because it has a responsibility. You gotta, and a prime example is a guy I was dating. We broke up, the relationship broke up kind of, you know, sour, and then we started messing around again. And he would lay up at my house day in and day out now, but we're not together or a couple now. So what happens is he don't gotta pay no bills, he don't gotta do nothing. And when you start bringing that expectation to them, they be like, no, I'm just trying to be friends. And so I don't really do well with that. Because to me, it's like no finance, no romance. You know, I could just fuck anybody, really.
And then go home.
Yeah. And then not have them lay in my house. Not have them lay in nothing, not have to get them a bottle of water, a bowl of grapes, nothing.
Not my bowl of grapes. Yeah, I don't see commitment energy in the systems that I kind of float through. What I see is people opting, like they're leaving their options open. Like, I'm gonna stay with you until the next best thing come along, and then I'm gonna pull you back into that space. Well, we never said we were going to give this a real try. We never said.
And that's where I'm at, because of my last relationship. That's where he was. We had a whole relationship in my mind. When we broke up, and it wasn't in my mind, it was a real relationship. When we broke up, he was like, you're delusional. We were never in a relationship. I said, if that's what you got to tell people to make yourself feel good. And I just don't play that game because I feel like we're grown.
So you were talking, right, in the beginning about, you know, your experience with developing your content creation, why do you think that toxicity travels so much faster than positivity?
It's evil moves. It's energy, and so the law of conservation of energy says that energy can't be destroyed, it can only be manipulated and moved. And so naturally, what gets more traction? You could have a holy and sanctified home, nobody's paying attention to that, but now you got shit moving around and everybody wants to scoop, like, what's going on? And so it's the same thing on the algorithm. It's just like that demonic shit, that dramatic. Even like if I post a video of me cussing my baby daddy out versus the video of me picking my son up from school, I'm gonna do 3,000 views on my son from school and 120,000 in a day on me cussing my baby daddy out. And it has nothing to do with the price of tea in China or the rest of my content. But that, I just think that is the world that we live in, where evil sells just like sex sells.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the world we live in. And so you got to know what you're dealing with.
You know what? No, I'm just gonna go off the cuff, right? I often say that like duality can exist in a person, right? Tell me about the dual roles that you play. That somebody might say, "Oh, nah, that's not real. That's not real," right? Because people say weird shit like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, dual roles. I mean, you got people that. So I'm very, open and honest about my walk with God and how I'm lukewarm, and I don't hide it and try to act like I'm holier than the next person, and I don't do any of that. And so for some people, it may seem to them on the internet like, oh, she's singing a gospel song today, but she's gonna be busting Kanye in a minute. Absolutely,
Mm-hmm.
because I live a life of duality,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm very open. I believe that you have to be able to. It's kind of like the same logic. When you got all these bitches out here that are now witches, okay, everybody's a witch now,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't know the first thing about neutrality and duality, which means that you give respect to the light and the dark side,
Mm-hmm.
so that you can work in their presence. And so I treat life very much like that, like a spiritual field, like an energy. And so I live in duality, and one day I'll be able to be fully on my walk with Christ, but I feel like this is a part of my story so that I can help others go there. I don't know the full, so I'm very big on duality. You can be classy and I can cuss you out at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's just whatever version you get of
Mm-hmm.
me depends on the version you give me of you. You know what I mean? Somebody might meet me and be like, Brianne is a bitch. And 18 other people might be like, oh, I'll fuck with Brie heavy.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just a cup of tea.
I want to know why we stay. Like, why we stay in shit. And we know damn well.
We should be gone.
Why do we stay?
That I could love the trauma out of him. And very much in all of my tumultuous relationships, it was more of I can love the trauma. And that's not the case. And so as I started doing my own personal development and making sure, I stuck with my therapy and not dropping out and being consistent for my mental health and my personal mental development, you can't love the trauma out of somebody. You understand what I'm saying? That's not even willing to acknowledge the trauma that they have.
Mm-hmm.
And so you trying to fix something is kind of like me putting a Band-Aid over the wound, and the nigga keep ripping the Band-Aid off and infecting it and doing it all. It don't matter because he don't know what's going on. And so I always just speak about that. For the longest time, I just felt like I wanted to give the love that I felt like I didn't receive. And so I could love it out of you. And I'm not Jesus. So ladies, you cannot love shit out of nobody.
Yeah.
Nah, you got to be willing to do that work, that root work, that personal inner self work. And you can't be going to therapy and be with your spouse who refuses to go to therapy, but you're in therapy because of your relationship. So
Yeah.
like
No, and that's big facts. I address that in my own practice, girl. So I'm gonna tell you, I had something. It was so fucking good. It was so good, right? But why do we confuse chemistry with compatibility? I'm talking like religion changing.
Exactly what you.
That type.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
I know.
Girl, I just got the goosebumps. I'm telling you that type.
I don't know, but I've been there before too, where you date somebody that's Muslim and you start considering taking your side. And again, I feel like that comes with, you gotta fucking move around. So like, as you grow up, like I'm 36 now, so I'm like, I'm not changing shit. Jesus has been working just fine for me, baby.
Yeah.
Okay. I drink my water and mind my business. It's working for me. So I think that has a lot to do with psychological and mental trauma. You willing to ditch your whole life because people want to create a new identity so that they can live a new life. I got an aunt like this. Every man she get was she switched. She switched to Muslim. Now she back to Baptist again. But at all the family gatherings, she be eating the pork fried rice out of the pot with her chemo on. You understand? And her nigga used to be in the living room like, Mom used to be like, them collard greens got smoked that bones in here and pig feet. Yeah, but I now know that for me, I don't want to get the girls in the titties, on the internet. I don't really give a fuck if y'all get in the titties. What you gonna do to me? But I think that when you start thinking that, and I'm not saying that conversion of religion can't be something that's not, that's for you. You may spiritually be inclined to do that, but that should be something that you're led to and drawn to on your own individually.
All right. And so this is rapid fire, right, Bree? So stay ready, right? Rapid fire. Red flags that people ignore too often.
That nigga ain't took you on one date.
Green flag people overlook.
Calmness and stability when you come out of trauma. So when you're in a relationship with somebody who is actually regulated and you're dysregulated, your cortisol levels are all fucked up. This happened to me. Got a good man after a bad man, and I was like, this is so weird.
What's worse, cheating or lying?
Lying.
Can a relationship survive betrayal?
No, not for now.
Is closure necessary? Skip. Love or respect?
Respect.
One thing every woman should work on?
Getting their money out.
One thing every man should work on?
Checking his ego.
Biggest dating delusion right now?
That we fuck all the time and hang out every day and do everything together and go on dates and go to church together and family gatherings, but we're not together.
One word that describes healthy love?
Compassion.